Yeah.
Great start.
There we go.
What's going on, Pop Samurai fans? Welcome back to another great episode of Pop Contention. I'm your host. I'm your boy, Jelani Hoon, along with my panel of hosts.
Will Washkun.
Joining us once again,
Amy Lancaster.
Yay!
And Joel J. Pop Pepperaki. Did we agree on that, or what did we agree on?
I like Critical
Joel. All right.
Critical Joel is
Critical
what
Joel
it is.
was really
And
good.
I love it.
I'll take
Critical
it.
Joel was really good.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Critical Joel here.
Critical Joel. Thank you so much for joining us. Amy, thank you so much for coming back to us once again. For those of you at home who are joining us, if this is your first time joining us for a Pop Samurai podcast, welcome. You can find us all over the place. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Just look us up. You can also find us on the websites called popsamurainetwork.com. Will knows all about that. He created it for us. He loves it.
I did. Yes, that's a true fact.
That's a true
that
fact.
you just said.
True facts. That's what this podcast is
What a
about.
man of many talents.
So, if you guys are joining us here live on twitch.tv/PopSamurai please comment with us. We'd love to interact back with you guys during the podcast. So do all that. Do it, please. And don't forget to spread the word. Thank you so much. Yosh, how you doing? So, if this is your first time joining us for a Pop Contention podcast, once again, each of us, huh?
That's this.
Yes, that
I'm
is
excited.
What?
Right now.
This is the part where we do that thing.
Yeah.
My panel of hosts here have created a top 5 list for a topic that I've given them, and we're going to reveal their lists, and then we're going to rank an official top 5 list here for this official episode here. The topic of this week is top 5 dogs in pop culture. The goodest of boys is what I'm looking for.
The goodest boys.
Let the dogs out.
I was wondering
did.
the same thing. Thank you.
Will we ever know?
Did you guys like this list? Did you guys have fun making this one?
Hell yeah.
So many doggos. I
Yeah, there
couldn't
really
choose.
are.
It's hard to narrow it down, yes.
So, we're going to go through everyone's list here, starting at number 5. Who do we want to start here? Perhaps the special guest here,
I
Amy.
can start. I'm happy
What's your
to
number
start.
5?
Well, if you've seen me on any of the streams or heard me on any of the podcasts, thank you for the follow.
Thank you for the follow.
Oh,
Thank you
shit.
very much. You'll know that I'm a big anime nerd, so my number 5 comes from one of my favorite animes called Eden of the East.
Oh.
And it is a dog named Angelica.
Angelica.
It is a little Shiba Inu puppy, and it has a harness with wings on it, so it looks like it has angel wings. And he's so adorable.
That's why you wanted to get our dog
Yes,
wings.
we have a Shiba, and I
Shiba.
wanted to get him the little angel wings because of Angelica from Eden of the East. But he is one of the main characters, like right-hand man. Yes, Angelica's a boy.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I spelled that so wrong, but okay.
And like, so the whole, well, I'll try and sum it up really quick, but the premise is that the main character has amnesia and he's trying to figure out why he's part of this like weird futuristic game that's going on, and he finds Angelica and they live in a mall, and like that's Angelica cool. is kind of like the person that's been with him the whole time, so very loyal boy.
Nice.
So yes,
Very
Angelica's
cool.
It's a
number
good boy.
5.
Love it.
Awesome.
Will
Me.
Washkun.
Yes, sir.
How you doing? How's
Hi.
it going?
I'm good.
Do you have a list?
I'm here. I have a list.
Okay. Number
It's
5.
written down.
Number
Very
5, please.
Scribbled on there nicely
Mhm.
in haste.
Just take all of these off because they're garbage. But this one's pretty good. So I'll leave him on there. I am going to go with one that I almost guarantee no one else has on their list.
Oh.
That is Triumph, the insult comic
Oh
dog.
my God.
He is a good boy because he is such a bad boy.
That's pretty good. I like that.
Super bad.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. All right.
Well done,
Triumph,
sir.
the comic, and
Whatever
it's
stuff
called.
like this would start to pop up.
I'm
glad.
going
that.
obscure
I
for my
forgot all
first
about
one.
that.
Gotta
yeah.
start off strong.
That's a nice pick right there. That's a nice pick.
All right.
Circling back around to Joel. Joel, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm going to stay a little bit more conservative on this one and go with something that I know really well, and it's something I adore. And when I played the video game that had this pupper in it, I was like, this is so awesome. It's DD from Metal Gear Solid 5.
Oh.
Starts as a small pup, grows into a big old boy, and you can use him in the game.
That's
One of the
awesome.
best uses of a dog in a game.
Nice.
Is
Dee.
so I haven't actually played the game. Is he like a floofer or just a standard
He's a
doggo?
wolf.
Or he's a wolf. Okay.
Of the
He's a
canine
scary
variety.
boy.
He's a
Doggo.
scary
Scary boy.
boy. Awesome boy. All right, circling back around to Amy,
All right.
number 4.
My number 4 choice comes from a video game, and it is Amaterasu from Okami.
Oh, right.
I actually have not finished this game.
Nobody
I will
has,
admit this.
surprisingly.
No one has. You're
I have
right. You're
not either.
absolutely right. But it's such a beautiful game, and Amaterasu is I believe, a god that exists outside of that realm.
Yes.
And is she looking for children or a child? I can't remember.
Oh, they were
what the
protectors of the town, I thought, because it was
Yeah.
part of that wolf that protected the town from.
Yeah, I haven't finished the story either.
She's
I love that
just-
we're all like, Jelani, please help.
I know
so
that I know that
noble
they're
and-
trying to help like the swordsman and
Yeah,
like
yeah,
all this
yeah,
stuff
yeah.
happens.
Very
I
noble,
forget
very
what the story.
motherly,
Yes. It's a great
very
one.
It's
beautiful
awesome, yeah.
doggo.
Okami has to be probably the best game that nobody has finished.
Yeah,
I know, that's unfortunate.
I
absolutely.
think even the game devs are like, we have no clue how
We
it ends.
haven't.
They made
I
an
get-
HD remaster of
They
it, too.
did,
Yes,
and I
yes.
almost pulled the trigger on buying it like 8 times.
Yes, I've almost bought it 8 times too because
I have it on the
my
Wii.
experience was the Wii,
Mhm.
and I got
Mhm.
tired of the Wii Motion stuff,
Yeah.
and that's the
Yeah.
reason why I
Yeah.
stopped.
Yeah.
And like I kept wanting to buy it, but I never did.
That's probably
So
why.
maybe one day I will go back.
But
Okay,
yes,
number
that's my
4, very
4.
good. Amaterasu.
Mhm.
Awesome.
Will, number 4.
Number 4 for me is a dog from an anime that everybody on the planet but Joel likes.
Oh yeah.
That would be Cowboy Bebop. That dog, of course, is Ein. And I don't really have to say much more than that because he's
Pretty
pretty
iconic.
Yeah.
pretty iconic.
I agree.
Iconic dog. Joel, number 4.
All right. Amy will be familiar with this one because I occasionally mention it with regard to how my own dog's little feet look, and it's from the original animated Grinch Who Stole Christmas. It's Max.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's the first big omission.
He's such a good boy.
Oh,
That
Max
poor
too.
Max.
Poor
Tear
Max,
up the rest of my
Poor Max.
list.
Having to deal with the Grinch.
Oh,
that's a good one. That's a good pick.
That is
I
really
like
good
again.
one.
I like how different these lists have been. So far.
Yeah.
such a good boy.
Let's see if
So
it
many-
continues.
So many doggos that I didn't think of.
Amy, number 3.
All right, number 3 kind of harps to my childhood. When I was younger, I would watch this movie all the time, and that would be Balto.
Oh,
Because
Nice.
it's based off of a real dog who did very amazing things for children, and there's a statue of Balto in
Anchorage, Alaska?
Is it?
maybe, I don't remember.
Or
That would make
Fairbanks or
sense.
I would
something?
assume Alaska.
Somewhere
But
in Alaska.
I
Yeah.
had like Balto toys as a kid, and I
Nice.
watched the movie over and over and over. And yeah, he's just, a proud boy.
Proud
Someone
boy.
that
A
should be
proud
on a
boy.
list of some kind.
Okay,
So that's
good.
my number 3 pick.
Of some kind.
I like it. I like it. I like it. Will, number 3.
Number 3 for me comes from a pretty recent video game. You are exploring a great big wasteland,
Yes.
and
Oh,
he
yeah.
is your faithful
Yeah.
friend. I am talking about Dog Meat from Fallout 4.
Nice.
Dog meat. Love
Dog
it.
I just thought of
That's a
another
good
one.
competitor for that DD from Metal Gear.
Yeah,
They both like go to head. I love that.
right
So-
on.
Dog meat's pretty good. Anchorage for sure. Commenter in the comments there. So,
Nice.
Anchorage.
Right
Thank
on.
you, Vero Zodro.
yes.
Sorry if I'm saying that wrong, but thank you.
Or
We,
effort.
we
Yes.
are not good at pronouncing our fans' names, but we are at least good at giving them shout outs.
Yes.
We're fans of you
Thank
guys.
you, fan.
I'm a fan of our fans.
All right.
Joe,
over to
number
me?
3.
All right.
Give me that doggo.
This was something that I hated this show as a kid, but growing into adulthood, I ended up watching it numerous times, and I'm about to find out if you guys felt the same way about this because it was Eddie from Frasier.
Oh,
my God.
okay.
Oh,
I
guess
see
we're
you.
doing
Dude, that
this.
dog was the best actor in anything ever.
That was a
he
very
was so
good boy.
good.
Yes.
All right.
And his
My
original,
parents
his real,
watch that all the time.
his real name was Moose. Just so you
Yes.
know.
Oh, that's a cute dog name.
I can't believe
Okay.
all these good boys. I
Wow,
forgot
Eddie.
about.
Man, I forgot all about Eddie.
Yes.
Did anybody else? Eddie is best dog.
Eddie's
I've
best
been
dog.
meaning to go back and rewatch Frasier.
It's
Like
so
that's
good.
gonna be my Netflix
It's
binge.
so
Oh yeah,
good.
pretty
it's worth
soon.
it.
Yes.
Yes.
It's gonna be a good one.
Absolutely.
All right, number 2s. Amy?
Number 2 is I would say my favorite rapper of all time,
Ah,
Parappa the Rapper.
Oh
Nice.
my
Oh
goodness.
God, he was a dog.
Yeah.
He was a dog.
Yes, yes,
Oh,
he was. He
also
has such
good
a
for
way
you.
with words.
oh,
That's all
well
I gotta
done.
say.
So
And
do you,
he's-
apparently.
He's willing to. He's willing to date outside the norm.
Yeah.
Because he's in love with a flower.
Yeah.
So he's not. He
dates-
doesn't.
he
judge.
dates a
Is it
plant.
Parappa
Yes.
or Parapper?
Parappa.
Parappa.
Parappa. The rappa.
Mhm. That's my number 2.
Awesome. These are good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
this is
Man.
one of those ones I definitely could have made a top 10.
Oh, that's
Mhm.
really good stuff. Will, number 2. You ready?
Yes, number 2 for me. Iconic doesn't even begin to describe this one. You want to talk about childhood? This is what my childhood was made of. And the only reason I know who Don Knotts is, that is Scooby-Doo.
Nicely done.
Yep.
The only reason.
I know.
Well, at least you know who he is now.
That's right.
All right, Scooby-Doo. We're getting into heavy hitters now.
Oh, yeah.
Joel, number 2.
All right. So mine is a heavy hitter, but from a different side of the world. Mine is from an anime, and it is a beautiful lady, a giant wolf. Her name is Moro from Princess Mononoke.
Yup.
Good one.
There's a picture on the wall behind Amy and Will, if you see on the screen.
It's
There
way
she
in the
is.
corner. Yeah, way back
That's a
there.
really good one.
That was a good
She
one.
saved his life.
She did so many things.
This is
She
this is
leapt off
brutal.
that cliff.
This is gonna be a tough list.
If that's not even number one.
Well,
Yeah.
we are about to get to our number 1, but before we do that, honorable mentions must be had. Here,
Honorable
guys.
boys.
Oh yeah.
What are the
Amy,
honorable
Amy,
boys?
Amy,
The
Amy.
ones
Read
that
the
did
list?
Well, wait. Yeah, you go first.
Yes.
We'll go around, and then he's got to tell us what he thought. Or are we gonna wait till the after?
No, you guys.
Yeah,
I'll
all
let
right.
you guys go through.
All right,
it.
all right.
So, Amy,
All right.
start off. What are the ones that didn't make your
Runners
list?
up. All great boys. I want them to know this. Otis from Milo and Otis.
Yes.
Mhm.
Charlie from All Dogs Go to Heaven. Airbud. Rush from
nice.
Mega Man.
Nice.
Frankie from
Aaron
Jumpstart
from
First
Tomba.
Grade.
Oh wow! How did you even pull that one out?
I used to play it a lot. Shadow and Chance from Homeward Bound, The Incredible
Yep.
Journey.
Yep.
Shiloh, Wishbone, Guts from Kill la Kill, Ein, of course. Yes, Ein is not my number 1. The big bird dog from The Guardian.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't remember, or The Last Guardian.
I think
or-
he's just I don't think he has a name, does he?
I don't
I don't
know.
remember.
And
I
then
haven't played
I
it.
had to add Eddie because I couldn't believe that I forgot about Eddie. So, all right, that's my list.
Well,
All right.
runner-ups.
So I don't know if this one even counts, but Inuyasha? Can we go with that?
It's like a dog.
Is it like
man.
yeah, he's kind of a dog man.
He's part-
He's
I-
part,
I'll
sure.
allow it.
But he's one of his
Uh,
honorable mentions. Okay.
Snoopy,
Oh, Tom was
Lassie,
I'm surprised. that you
Brian
haven't-
from Family Guy.
Mhm.
Yes.
Balto was on my honorables. He
Nice.
almost made it on. He was very
Nice.
close. Santa's Little Helper from The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Doug from Up. Snuffles or Snowball from Rick and Morty,
Snuffles.
because that was one of my favorite episodes.
It's a good episode.
And Mr. Peanut Butter from
Oh, yeah.
BoJack.
BoJack. It's a good one. It's a good
Ver
one.
says Sashomaru is best demon dog. Not Inuyasha.
Well, I don't really know enough about Inuyasha to
Can
defend
I add
my
one
pick.
more really
Sure,
quick?
please.
Pork chop from Doug.
Oh, nice. Because I heard Doug too. I was like, what?
Joe.
All right. I got a few of them. I'm gonna be quick. So Sam from I Am Legend.
You got the one of the ones from.
yeah.
Good. Continue.
Rush from Mega Man. Scooby. Snoopy. Hachiko. Amaterasu from Okami. Duck from or the dog from Duck Hunt. Parappa the Rapper. Koromaru from Persona 3 the movie. I'm surprised you
Yes.
didn't say that. Shiba from Silent Hill 2 pulling the levers.
Well, he's in like all of them. I guess.
Beethoven, just Beethoven the big old dog. Clifford the big old red dog.
Mhm.
Fly from Babe. How did we forget to put that on this list? Slinky.
Slink.
The
Oh,
dog
Slink.
van from Dumb and Dumber.
Sure.
Sure.
Zero from Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
Lassie.
Oh.
Beast from Sandlot. Baxter from Anchorman. Cujo. Cujo's a good dog.
Baxter.
Doug from Up, Heen from Howl's Moving Castle. Oh God, what a cute sniffer. And then there's a dog. I just have to say this. There's a Shiro from an anime called Hazukino no I can't even say it. Anyway,
That's
point
the name
being
of
is
our dog.
it's our name of our, and it's a Shiba too.
Yes.
And then there's Tobimaru,
Oh,
Sword and the Stranger, Pluto from Mickey, and then Falcor, who's a dragon but he looks like a dog. Never ending story.
So I forgot to mention I did also have Rush on my list, so we're 3
All
for
right.
3 with that.
Nice.
Also Star Fox.
Yeah, why not?
Does it count?
He's a good boy, right?
K9, yeah.
Candy variety.
You're a good boy.
Yeah, you picked up most of the ones that I had on my honorable mentions. I was gonna mention the Silent Hill Shibunu. I was gonna the
The
evil
love-
dog behind everything. the true
I
ending.
love that.
Tobimaru, I was saving,
Nice.
obviously, and then if there's any other good boy out there, it's got to be the one that's got to put up with Garfield, and that's Odie.
I forgot it. I mentioned that the other day to somebody, and I was like, "That's a good one. Nicely done."
So,
Yes, great.
let's go to those number ones. Amy, I
I'm
want to know what
kind of
the top of the top
surprised.
dog
I'm kind of
is.
surprised that no one had this on their lists at any point.
Oh God, this is gonna be such an
Are you
embarrassing
sure?
snub.
Even honorable
Yes,
mentions?
I'm-
No, are
Honorable
you
mentions?
sure?
Honorable mentions.
Wow.
It might be our number one.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I would be surprised though, but I'm also surprised that no one mentioned it so far.
All right.
So if any of you know me or my family, you'll know that I come from a very English family.
Oh yeah.
And as a child, my brother and I would watch a little show called Wallace and Gromit.
Hell yeah.
So
Wow.
I'm gonna have to
I
give
did forget
number
that.
1 to Gromit.
Nicely done.
He
Wow.
kicks Wallace's butt into gear, always saves him.
It's the
is
only
such a
reason
smart
that
boy.
Guy survived.
I truly
Not a
resonated
single
with
spoken
Gromit. I was a
word,
Gromit
but
girl as a
just-
kid, not a Wallace girl.
It's the best.
Although, I was gonna say he doesn't like cheese, but he does like cheese. It was somebody else that didn't like cheese. I mean, they go to the moon and eat cheese, and it's awesome. And he's got little fingers on his hands.
The last one I
and, like,
watched, they
he
fought a
walks.
were-rabbit.
Yeah, the were-
Yeah.
yeah.
So good.
That's
Yeah,
great.
was the theatrical release.
Is that the where he has the robot body too? Yeah.
No, that's
which one is
Wrong
that?
Trousers.
Oh,
All
Wrong
right.
Trousers.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's right.
Oh, I love that.
But yes,
Wow.
that is my number
I'm
one.
surprised.
Alright.
Not on my
Gromit.
honorable
I know.
mentions. I forgot about Wallace and Gromit.
Cheers.
Will.
I just need a minute for all of the snubs that I missed. Oh my God. So my number 1 was mentioned on an honorable mention somewhere. This is a good boy. This is a good boy that teaches you things, that dresses up.
Oh my God.
That
Are you going with?
I am going with Wishbone,
Wishbone.
as my number
Nice.
1.
Very
Yay.
good. I love that. I don't know how many times I've seen. That wasn't the same dog that played Moose, was it? No, it wasn't.
No.
I don't believe
Okay,
so.
or played Eddie.
Played Eddie,
Yeah. No, I
but
don't
they
think they were.
look similar.
They're separated by a bunch of years.
Yeah.
Nicely done. I like that.
Thanks.
God, both of those are awesome. These are gonna be hard to compete with. But I think I got a pretty good one for you guys. And I'm very surprised that nobody brought this one up. Not
Wow.
a single soul
3
somehow
for 3 of not
bringing
bringing
its stuff
anywhere.
up. I
Really?
know.
No?
Yeah, this
Okay.
is impressive. Not on the runners up or anything. So mine transcends regular pop culture such as movie, comics, video games, and enters the world of memes.
Oh, God.
It's Doge.
It's Doge.
How have we forgotten Doge?
He's a meme. He's also a virtual currency.
Yeah, exactly.
He also informs our language. God damn it.
It's
Fucking
Doge.
Doge.
A dog who has
Also,
yeah,
And
and
a
he's
Also a
molded
sheep.
our pop culture world. So
Truly
I thought
the
I'd throw
wait.
that
Can we
one
all
out.
How do I-
can we all do the face for the camera?
Wait, I gotta mesh. I can't.
You gotta
get
like blankly
There
stare
we go,
to the
okay.
side and be serious.
It's tough, it's tough.
Exactly.
it. I was trying to match
That's
your
for the
head
that's for the
direction.
next opening video.
Yes.
I must be under a rock. 'cause I
You're
have
kidding
no
me.
fucking clue what you're talking about.
Dude, it's
Can
the.
we
hold on,
break cell
just-
phone rule for this?
No. Just tell him
I
how they
am.
speak and he might know it because it's the.
I'm blanking on it.
Such
and
wow.
I've probably
Such
come
wow.
across it.
Much confuse.
Yeah.
But how do you
wow.
spell this?
D-O.
DOGE.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to
So?
show him, by all means. This is allowed.
This is not-
he probably
this is-
has a Doge somewhere in this house, to be honest.
He has to,
maybe.
right?
I don't know, guys. Like this is not registering right now. Errors
Oh.
are happening in my head.
It's a Shiba meme, put it
yeah,
that way.
and
I've
seen
had
a lot of them.
having a Shiba, you know,
Yeah,
I've had
what's that?
tons of people come up to me and be like, "Oh, it's a Doge."
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
You know
That's Doge.
Doge.
That's so, okay.
That was a very famous meme. And
Oh
still
my
is going
God.
strong.
Yes.
all right.
That's a really good one.
It's a good one. It's a good one. All
I'm embarrassed.
We're about to make some lists right now. Before I go on, I think I just remembered another one for honorable mentions. I think Goofy's a dog, right?
Yes.
He is a
Goofy's a
dog.
dog. So is
Yes.
Pluto.
I had Pluto.
You said Pluto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because he's
Goofy
actually
stuff.
smart.
One of those weird things where you can have a pet dog and also be
a dog.
A
Yeah.
a dog.
Nobody ever
As a
questioned
But
it.
why doesn't Pluto have clothes?
Or he can't talk.
Mm-hmm.
It's very odd.
Yeah.
A little disturbing. Anyway.
We'll see what happens.
I,
All right,
I
round-
somewhat think that they're actually related, and like, I don't want
Yeah.
to talk about it.
All right,
kind
it's
of
fine.
thing.
I don't want to talk
Mysteries.
about it.
So,
Anyway.
For another time.
Next part of Pop Contention here is we have our lists here from our competitors, and what they're going to do is they're going to try and make and debate a top 5 official list for this episode here using picks from their lists. They're going to each nominate something from the list for a certain spot, and all 5 spots are open. So we'll see what happens here. Amy, since you were first to show your list, you are first to nominate for round 1.
Okay.
What would you like, and what spot would you like it to be in?
Okay. I will do Gromit as number 2.
Gromit as number 2?
Mhm.
All right. Will.
Scooby Doo is number 2.
Ooh.
Yikes.
Yar.
Those are heavy hitters.
Yar.
At 2. But we did list some pretty awesome dogs.
Yar.
Yar.
Scooby Doo
Much yar.
at number 2. Joel.
Such yo-ho.
All right, I'm
Wow.
going to put Max at number 4.
Max at number 4.
I'll let you guys duke it out. We want Max on this list. Who's got those cute
This is stressing me out right now. There is so much at stake here. These are such good lists.
It really is.
I would put any of these lists. I would post them on the
Yeah.
internet
Yeah.
as our show list.
All right. Here we go.
Oh god.
Max at number 4. 60 seconds on the clock.
Are we still doing just a minute per?
60 seconds. Yes.
Okay.
Minute per your backing up of why it deserves to be on the list.
Okay.
Ready?
Mhm.
60 seconds on the clock for Joel, for Max at number 4. Reasons why. Here you go. Go.
All right, so owning a dog, I've realized that they're extremely innocent and that they don't have they're just like, everybody knows this. Their uncompromising love for you is just so strong. And when I saw this movie as a kid, I didn't fully understand because I've never owned a dog until more recently. But when I finally did own the dog, it all fell into place, and I understood that why Max was putting up with the worst creature on the entire planet, the Grinch. And basically, it's just that he's this he sees through the Grinch's hardness and understands that he's somebody who's taking care of him. Even if it's just scraps that he's fed him or whatever, he's always taking care of him, and he loves him for that. And that's all he needed. And it was the most sweet thing in the world. But what even tops that is when they slammed a freaking
10
one
seconds.
piece of wood on its head to make it look like a damn reindeer and tied it onto his head, and he kept tipping over. Now that was
Oh
the
my
cutest
God.
freaking thing that ever
Time.
happened
So
in any
cute.
movie.
And that's time.
Cutest
Moving up
freaking
to
thing.
number 2 for Gromit v Scooby Doo. Amy, you nominated first, so you may go first.
Oh, Lord.
Starting in.
Oh geez, man, just let her go.
Now.
Okay. So Gromit is very smart, perhaps smarter than most of the people in the show Wallace and Gromit. Also, the show in general utilized claymation, which was a very unique technique at the time. It was more than just normal, boring Scooby-Doo 2D animation.
Oh.
He loves cheese. I mean, you can't hate someone who loves cheese. Introduced children who lived in America about the English culture and how we have tea and toast with jam. And he also has fingers. What dogs have fingers? Not a lot. That's how he could help Wallace with all of his weird inventions and stuff and get him out of jams. Shots fired. You betcha. How much time do I have left?
20 seconds.
Oh
Mercy.
my god.
I know.
This is a long minute. He also can't talk, and I don't think he barks, but he just speaks with his eyes.
10 seconds.
And he
Makes funny facial expressions.
yes, he's very verbal without having to say a lot, and I respect that in a dog.
And time. Bravo. Will,
Are
you ready?
God, I don't know. That's gonna be tough to follow. Scooby-Doo has a couple of different things going for him that
Dog
Gromit
do
does not.
Infinite crimes. And be fine.
Gromit apparently loves cheese. Scooby-Doo loves everything he can eat.
Snacks.
I'm just gonna put that out there.
Like a normal dog.
Wallace and Gromit, like they're lovely. They're wonderful. They are slice of lifey.
Yeah.
Which means that they're very entertaining while doing mundane things. Scooby-Doo, however, gets to go around and fight crime and solve mysteries, which I would contend is more interesting than slice of life.
I don't know if he's ever fought crimes.
He can. He's done plenty of fighting. What are you talking about? Most of the time he runs away, but he's also done fighting. He can talk. He meets celebrities. He makes them all fall in love with them. If they love Scooby-Doo, if John Cena loves Scooby-Doo, who am I to say that Scooby-Doo ain't great? And you know what? He
10
is
seconds.
great. A Great Dane. That's
Oh,
right.
good.
What kind of a dog is Gromit? No one knows. But Scooby-Doo, you know what he's about. Vote Scooby-Doo.
Time.
There's gotta be like a ton of people that have Great Danes that have.
Do you actually know what kind of a dog he is?
No, can I do a clarification of facts about Wallace and Gromit?
What?
You get 2 seconds if it's one statement.
They don't
One
do mundane things. They
Mississippi?
go to the moon and they invent pants
2
that are
Mississippi.
automatic.
Okay, then that's all. All right.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's fair. All right. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go into the debate round is over.
Yes.
We are going into voting round now, guys. So what we're going to do is the panel here will vote on each of the picks here. And if they gain a majority vote, they will go to get on the list. If they don't, I will have to become judge, jury, and executioner for some of these picks. All right. So let's see what happens here. Number 4 for Max from the Grinch. Does deserve to be on this list? Yay or nay?
Of course he does.
Joel's yay. Going around. Amy, yay or nay for Max?
I would say yay. Sure.
Well,
The votes grew 3 sizes this day. He's a yay
Alright.
from me.
Nice. Nobody knows what type of dog that is either.
That's fair.
it's fair. It's just a dog.
Well, I mean, they
It's
all
a
look
good
like
boy.
who's, right?
No.
It's a who
Yes,
dog.
the dog.
Who that dog?
Who did
All
that?
right.
The question is, who cares? Because that's a cute dog and
Oh,
a
yeah.
good boy.
Oh, yeah.
boys.
Such a good boy.
For the contention of the number 2 spot with Gromit from Wallace and Gromit and Scooby-Doo
This
from
is tough
Scooby-Doo.
one.
Why do you do this to me, people?
Say who you're going to be siding with. Amy?
I mean, obviously Gromit.
Will?
America! Scooby-Doo.
Oh, God.
And then it goes to me.
Joel.
All right. No, this is really tough. I grew up with Scooby-Doo, and only later in life did I actually see a lot of the Wallace and Gromit stuff. So I didn't see those as a kid. So I appreciate both for what they are. And I'm just gonna say that this has to go to Scooby-Doo because childhood wins. And it's
fine.
your childhood. I get it. And
Scooby-Doo's been around long.
Majority vote has gone
iconic.
Scooby-Doo, and
It's
Scooby-Doo
fine. I get it.
gets the list.
Get your hand up. That was tough, okay?
No, I
We've
know,
lost
it is
2
Wait.
spots. Spots are
something that
available.
I
We
got
still
from
have number 1 up for grabs, number 3, and number 5. Will, you are first to nominate from your list. Where we go?
I would like to put dog meat at number 5.
Dog meat at number 5. All right. Joel.
I think it's only proper then that I put Dee Dee against Dog Meat. So from MGS5, Dee Dee.
DD.
Also known as Diamond
Okay.
Dog.
And then Amy.
I guess I'll put. Ooh, this is tough. I'll put Balto at 3.
Also 3.
Yeah.
Okay. So we are starting off with the dog meat VDD section for number 5. You have 60 seconds on the clock, starting now.
So, Fallout 4, you're in this post-apocalyptic nuclear wasteland, and one of the best things about this is that you can actually make friends in this hellscape. And most of them, these companions, will follow you around and watch you make decisions and judge you based on those decisions. You know who never judges you? You know who's always by your side? You know who brings you treats from the wasteland? I'm talking about Dog Meat. He is a great boy. Not a good boy, a great boy. You can give him tiny little accoutrements and he will wear them and he will smile and he will bark when there's danger. He is so useful. He is at times your only friend when you're staring down a super mutant and you want someone to go by your side. It's got to be Dog Meat. There's no question. Vote Dog Meat.
Time. Joe.
All right.
DD.
So this isn't post-apocalyptic, but it is alternate reality. Basically, this is like the Afghanistan war of the 80s with Russia and U.S. kind of intervened as well. But basically, MGS5, the most convoluted story in the world. A super soldier goes in there. Guess what? He found a puppy while he was wandering around, and he's like, well, should we get rid of it or whatever? And you can decide to take it with you. And if you do, then you get a sidekick through the rest of the game. And what happens is you take this tiny little puppy guy and you bring him back, and you get like a cool video where he like comes up and runs up to you and does some cute stuff. And then like you go out for missions, and then you come back and he's full grown. And now you actually find out that somebody trained him for you, and you can use him on missions to do things for you, such as attack, such as go get things. So it's a very similar sentiment, but I thought it was really cool that you actually kind of grow with this creature, and you also it's a metaphor for the entire character, which is that he's a lost character, and that he's being helped and found and also like raised to become something, and it's really cool.
Time.
So.
It's hella sad that you're not there as he grows up. I didn't know that. That's
yeah,
really
well,
sad.
it's like a brief period because dogs grow quick. So.
All right, for number 3, Balto.
Yes, I still have to make my point.
6 seconds on the clock. Go.
I'm ready. So Balto was, if we're talking about the cartoon Balto, he was based off of a real life good boy, one who toughed out Alaskan weather to deliver medicine to a bunch of sick children, which is honestly like,
I know.
How many humans do you know would do that, let alone dogs? And the cartoon is a great way of introducing children to this story because the animals talk, and I think there's a duck in it that's kind of weird and funny. And there's a romance, and that's kind of cute and whatever.
Gross.
No, not with the duck.
2 for 2 with weird romance.
Well, fuck a duck.
But yeah, I think that Balto is just a really nice, the movie is a really nice way to pay homage to something that would otherwise not be talked about very much in history, I guess, if you didn't live in Alaska. Yeah, he's just, I don't know, he's a good boy. He's got a statue in Anchorage, apparently. No joke, Balto should take first place. This doggo existed, and he was the goodest boy. Yes.
He was
Thank
really
you.
good.
Yeah,
Really
look
good.
at that.
Thank you, chat.
Rest in peace.
We got
He
some
was also
well-informed
part wolf.
fans, by the way,
He was
today.
That was like a big part of it.
I
Was
forgot about that.
so he
What?
was
Right,
fierce.
and the whole story
He
was
part
that he
wolf.
was kind of
Yeah.
shunned from society because he was part wolf.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Thank you, folks,
And
in the
he
chat for
still
commenting
went
with
and
us. You
saved
guys are
all those sick
awesome.
kids anyway.
Keep doing it. I love you guys out there. Love the panel here. But the time for debate. So
It's over. Yes.
it's time for
Yes.
the voting round.
There it is. If you
It's
didn't know,
definitely
You
over.
robbed us of some time, you charlatan.
I said it for 4 minutes. and I
How
split it
dare
up
you?
evenly.
How dare you besmirch these good boys with
I
your
don't know.
lies?
Jump off the cliff. All right, here we go.
Ninja dust.
Starting at number 5 with
Pocket
the vote
sand.
between Dog Meat and DD. Will, what are you going for? Dog meat or
I'm
DD?
going for Dog Meat.
All right,
Joel.
I'm throwing this on Amy. It's going DD.
Ames.
Well,
Big
I
Ames.
do like accoutrements.
You gotta get back at me too, right?
However, I don't. Oh, the thing.
Did you ever play either of them?
I did not.
Okay. You can always throw it at Jelani, just so you know.
I know, but I do want to make a decision.
All right,
I don't
Which
wanna
one do you
think
know
out
more of?
this.
That's the question too.
So I'm trying really hard not to base it on my bias of the people that make the series because Fallout 76 was garbage.
Yeah.
No, but this was
And
proof
Hideo
for that.
Kojima is. I know it was before that. I do know that.
When Kojima was kicked out of this game.
Yeah,
Not
that's
kicked
true.
out.
So
Robbed,
So
put it that
I
way.
think I know. I feel like choosing DD would be poetic justice for him in an indirect way. Plus, you get to see a puppy, and okay, here is how I'm gonna base it. Do either of them die?
Dogmeat can get knocked out, but I don't think he can die.
He's like an
Does
like an
DD
immortal
die?
dog.
Is there like
I
a
remember
sad
that.
No,
arc where
there's
DD
not.
dies? Okay, I was gonna say.
Can we
Everyone
do
dies.
some debate to help her tip the scales?
I'd say Jelani can intervene because we already gave our votes and our descriptions.
Yes, that's true.
It's only
The
fair
bait
way.
round is over. The bait round is over.
So you and Jelani can go back and forth for
What do you think,
approximately
Amy?
You and I
2
can talk
seconds.
back and
Well, what do you
forth?
think? What do you think?
I don't know. I don't, and I also know that Dogmeat is a German Shepherd, right?
Mhm.
That's
And I
correct.
had a German Shepherd growing up, so that kind of also gives me a bias.
I know.
I'm literally like
I
in
know.
the middle.
What's your vote?
Can I say one thing?
Unless you want to abstain.
No.
What kind of dog is DD?
A wolf.
A wolf. That's right. This is tough.
It's not an easy one.
Oh.
This is why Joel did this.
This one
because
I
he knew
know.
it was going to be a good matchup.
Out of all of the picks here, like right now, this is a very close matchup.
I
because
know.
Give us
I
another minute. Let us duke it
know.
out.
Two of the most modern video game dogs. It's
Mhm.
like
Possibly the
best
two best video game
renditions,
dogs.
yeah.
Actually, are there any other video game dogs on any lists?
I don't think so.
Amaterasu and Parappa.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but they're both on your list, so
Yes,
good
they're
luck with
both
that.
on my
Is
list.
Parappa? Parappa isn't on your. Oh,
Yeah,
he
it
is.
is.
He's number 2 for you. Okay.
Oh god. Okay, I need to hurry this up.
Yeah.
wish I had like some intense music
You
right
can
now.
get
Dun,
it to- give it to
dun.
him. He'll make a decision for you.
No, I wanna choose.
No. Look it up. Trying to find faults in my dog.
No, I'm
My
trying to
diamond
find some music that will increase the suspense. Oh, that's not it.
I might
Like
have
it
to
yet.
abstain.
Are you abstaining?
I might have to. Yeah, I
All
think I'm
right.
going to.
All right, Amy
Sorry,
abstains,
everybody.
which means
It's your
it
boy.
goes to me, the judge, the jury, the executioner here to decide what happens with the voting here. It has been one vote
Good call.
for.
The only dog in space. Well, not the only, but
Yeah.
we knew of.
Yeah, that's a good one. Thank you so much in the chat. Got distracted. So we have one vote for Dogmeat, one vote for DD. I am going to decide
I'm not gonna look at you.
to
Don't
go
look in my eyes.
with DD. Because, simply because of my love of Metal Gear Solid,
Yeah.
and I actually played more of Metal Gear Solid 5
Did you? Yeah.
than Fallout 4. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm sorry.
You
gonna
got
shake that out.
Scooby-Doo.
Just gonna shake that out.
So DD,
That was tough.
I know.
Gosh.
And
This
if you
is so
look at them
stressful.
too, they literally look similar.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I appreciate that you
You-
let
you-
Jelani make the wrong choice.
you literally could have like flipped the coin, and it would have been like,
Yeah,
for me
yep.
in my book, like I played equal amounts of just like, oh, I understand both reasonings behind these two, but I have not like.
The point that
Yukito,
I was gonna make,
What do
I'm
you
gonna
think we should have chose?
give us your choice in the chat. I'm gonna make my point that I really wanted to make to try and tip the scales, and then we can move on.
Mhm.
You found DD as a puppy and were able to train him.
Mm.
Dogmeat had to live in the post-apocalypse,
Mm.
and he was still a soft, caring good boy even after being abandoned.
It's in their
As
nature,
a
all right.
fully, as a
Don't
fully.
call them good boys
Holy
for
shit.
nothing.
I was just wondering, did anybody put the dog that waited for Fry?
Oh my god,
no.
that was the saddest episode ever.
That was
Oh,
that was the
no.
movie, wasn't it?
Was that the movie?
That was
You're
the
right,
movie.
it was the movie.
Yep.
Hold on a
Clear the
second.
list.
All these
5
get off.
through 1. There you go.
Oh Lord.
Ugh.
So many dogs keep coming in my mind.
Yeah, this
over
is
and over again.
bad.
again.
This is bad. We're gonna
All
cry
right.
on this show
Ugh.
by the end
This
of
I
this.
is
I
rough.
all
Yeah.
right.
Get it?
Going up to the vote for Balto at number 3.
Oof.
Does Balto stay on the list? Amy, yay or nay?
Yeah.
Will,
Yay.
Joel.
It's real. Give it a yay.
All right.
Give it a real good old yay.
Dog is real, yo.
Balto
Dog is real,
has
yo.
been solidified on the list here. There's only one spot left.
Really
here.
quick, you know what would have been good against that? Hot Chico.
Mm.
Waiting forever for the owner to come
that's
back.
Right.
Anyway, all right. Let's sadden
The
on.
number 1 spot is up for grabs.
Ooh.
That's
so
it?
many
That's
things
all
are
that's
left on
available?
everybody's lists.
Hold on. So 5, everything up.
Everything
Until
else
one.
is taken.
All right.
Only number 1 is left, which usually doesn't happen.
Oh,
Usually
no.
it's grabbed up pretty fast.
Yeah,
Recent,
this is a
recent
good
list.
last
All right.
round here.
Uh,
No,
Joel, you have first round.
Man.
You have first nomination for round number 3.
All right.
Is that true? Is Balto in a museum?
I would believe it.
I would
Yeah.
doubt
Ugh.
it. Yeah. I mean, if they have
It's kind of a gross fact.
they got
Yeah.
Stalin
Well,
in a
thank you.
museum.
Ugh.
They
All right.
do? What?
You didn't know that?
All right.
Yeah,
so,
they're just Stalin
Anyway.
until he comes
yeah,
back.
Yeah, exactly. All right, sorry.
Joel.
Okay,
on
okay,
your
okay,
list,
okay.
Who's
I-
going to number 1?
I'm really torn here. I'm going Doge.
Doge is at number 1.
That's a really good one.
Oh, is that Moro?
Doge.
I'm going Doge.
Amy, what's your pick for number 1?
I feel like the strongest contender would be Parappa the Rapper.
All right. Well?
Wishbone.
Yeah.
Nice. All right.
All right.
God, this is not good.
Brutal. It's brutal.
Such surprise.
Wow.
Thank
Much
you
brutal.
I got your vote. Thank you.
This is gonna be interesting. 60 seconds on the clock for everybody for number 1.
Who's
Joel's
first?
going first.
I am? Okay.
Joel, are you ready?
Yeah.
Go.
All right, so I briefly mentioned this before, but I'll just say that it's very rare in the world today to be able to kind of transcend and become an iconic thing. You might be able to say that about a very few, characters and things like that. But what's funny is owning a Shiba Inu, I have people come up to me and literally ask very frequently, or just say outright, including little kids, they go, Doge. And I'm like, yeah, exactly. I get tired of hearing it, but it's adorable because it's like they used a picture of a Shiba doing its very stubborn thing, which is kind of like looking at you and not really wanting to look at you.
Big
If you know anything
giant
about their
face.
nature, yeah, exactly, then you know that that's kind of the way they behave. But it's funny because then you throw over some goofy words that kind of don't make any sense, but they do. It's like you just kind of piece it together. It's beautiful, and it applies to like anything. You can make any phrase or statement by using this meme, and it's very rare as well
10
that we
seconds.
also get a meme on this list. In fact, I don't think we've ever had a meme on this show, and I'm just gonna say right now, this would be beautiful to have a Doge at number 1.
And time. Moving over to Parappa the
Oh,
Rapper.
God, you're gonna make me go against that. Okay.
I mean,
If you
it's
can
you're
do
going
like
against all 3. but
some
yeah.
bars from Parappa, it'll go a long way towards
Bars.
swaying me.
Oh man.
Here you go. 60 seconds
You're
to let
live.
go.
Sure. Well, the one that comes to mind is the kick,
That's the one.
punch,
That's the
kick,
one.
kick.
Kick,
Punch.
punch, it's all in the mind. Yep.
Yes.
That's me.
But so the company that made Parappa the Rapper, that was not their first game. They made a rhythm game before that, but Parappa was kind of the first rhythm game introduced in the States that really took the genre and like set it on fire.
Mhm.
Like anyone who had a PlayStation growing up played Parappa the Rapper. It was a game that defined the rhythm genre for a generation. And I mean, we all were able to just call out a line from one of the most famous rap songs in that game, which is really cool. It helps bring people together. And I think despite the fact that he's a dog, he kind of transcends dogdom because people can relate to him. Like he's looking for his first job as a teen. He's trying to
10
learn
seconds.
how to drive. He's falling in love for the first time and trying to impress a lady. And a lot of people who played that game were around that age where they could relate to him despite being a dog.
And time. All right. Wishbone.
Yes. So everybody who watched Wishbone instantly fell in love with him. It was a matter of him being someone that you could learn from. It was the costumes that were incredible. I mean, this was a dog that was well versed and ready to teach you classical literature. That is ridiculous. If you went into a studio today and tried to pitch something like that, could you imagine it? But it worked because of the time and because of how damn cute that dog was. You want to talk about a good actor? That dog was a good actor. There are hundreds of actors in Hollywood right now who couldn't pick up after Wishbone, and I mean that. He could play any role. Poised, disciplined, adorable, screen ready, always consummate professional. Wishbone was. So I think as far as good boys, he's got a lot going for him.
10 seconds.
And I mean, just some of the stuff that he covered, some heavy stuff that he made okay for kids. It was great. Love Wishbone.
In time.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Good.
Bravo.
Thank you.
Bravo. Well spoken. Well spoken. The time for debate is over.
No.
And it is time for voting here.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's right. I remember
Yeah,
hearing about
played
that.
by a dog named Soccer.
Named
Nice.
Soccer.
Soccer? That's awesome.
That's
What a
so
good
cute.
name.
The chat's been
So
so knowledgeable.
knowledgeable about
Fire, you guys
Doja.
are
Dropping
Yes.
dimes as far as the
done.
trivia goes.
Thank
still-
you for the contribution.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
Mhm.
much. All right, so let's hop on to this here. The voting round for number 1. Doge versus Parappa the Rappa versus Wishbone. Joel,
All right.
where is your vote landing?
I made a few notes about everybody else's choices. I'm just gonna say, Parappa is not known for being a dog. He does nothing that a real dog does.
Hey, the debate round
And-
is over.
And
I said the debate round is goddamn over.
and Wishbone is lazy. They didn't even move his mouth.
Okay. How much does Doge do as far as movement at all?
He shakes if you see
And
the
Parappa
gif.
moves his mouth all the time.
Unbelievable.
I
Listen
know,
to this
I know.
And
guy.
he's 2D. Come on.
Yeah.
And he
Yes.
moves.
Let us
So,
know.
anyways, of course I'm giving it to
And
Doge.
he speaks horrible
So
English.
Yes.
you're staying the Doge.
Well, yeah, I'm staying with Doge.
Amy.
Well, my true heart does not lie here. Just to make it interesting, I'm going to keep my vote for Parappa.
Nice. Good. Good.
Will.
Put this on Jelani. Put this on Jelani.
Put this on Jelani. Put this on
Please
Jelani.
do.
So
I'm
Wishbone?
sticking
Please do.
to my bones. I'm going with Wishbone.
Woo-hoo.
Going with Wishbone?
Oh yeah, it's a real treat.
That means it
Wishbone.
comes to your boy over here.
Ja-boy.
Ja boy.
J-A boy.
Your boy.
Who
Yes.
was ya boy? It was
Yeah.
It was
that-
Alex.
Alex,
Alex
that's right.
was
It's your boy
ya
over
boy.
here, and I'm ready to bring Wishbone was voiced by Larry.
What?
Oh,
my god.
boom!
All right.
Debate round is
We're
over.
closing the
Yeah.
chat. We're closing the
Debate
chat.
for us is over.
Wishbone lives on in Full Metal Alchemist.
Wow. Very nice.
Doge doesn't even
Very
need a
good.
voice. He speaks louder than them all.
He's the voice of a generation.
If everyone here knows
But
anything,
not our
Alright, here we go.
generation.
if anybody knows anything about Jaboy, there's a certain system that I love, and it is the Sony PlayStation. And growing up, I had a demo disc, and the demo disc featured the Onion Kick Punch Parappa Rappa scene that I played constantly because I absolutely love that game. So
Feels like it.
I'm gonna go. Obviously, I'm gonna go with no. No, I'm going to cast my vote for the one that I've loved the most, which is I'm going with Parappa the Rapper.
Yes.
All right.
You didn't
It is
even
in
buy
line,
the game.
and it is on
No,
the
I
list.
You
did
wouldn't
buy-
even spend
I
money
bought-
on the
I
game.
bought the game. I bought
Ah.
the sequel on PlayStation 2.
Oh.
Nice. That was a good
I even
one.
bought Jammer Lammy. What's her? what's her
Jammer
name?
Lammy.
Jamalami, yeah.
Lammy. So
Awesome.
Ugh.
I know.
Jelani.
Defeat. So much defeat.
Look at all the feet.
Read us off that big, beautiful good boy list.
I will. The goodest of boys that we have here today for you guys. Number 5, DD from Metal Gear Solid 5. Number 4, Max from the How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Number 3, Balto from Balto. Number 2, Scooby Doo from Scooby Doo. And number 1, the goodest of voice, Rappa the Rapper.
Hey, quit raising the roof over there.
Love this list. Love your lists. Love everyone else's list out there. What is your top 5 favorite dogs out there? We'd love to know. Let us know. Hit us up. We want to know everything that's going on out there. What are you doing?
That's a dog mouth.
Yeah,
from
That's
the
a
front.
dog. Well, I thought he was doing like an alien. It's like
The alien dog.
Alien. Oh boy. So, yeah, what are your guys' favorite lists? I love everyone's list. I love this list. I love all their original lists, and even the honorable mentions. Every dog is a good dog out there. So thank you guys so much for joining us here for Pop Contention. We're going to take a quick 5-minute break to refill liquids and things like that and get things settled in for Pop Aficionados. So stick around, stay with us for a little bit as we come back for Pop Aficionados, our pop culture discussion podcast, as we have some fun talking about that. So we'll be back in just a minute. Be right back.
I'm gonna drain some liquids. I'm gonna claim my territory.
Man.